Win or lose in their final game against the Indiana Pacers, the New York Knicks were set to finish this season as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, no matter what. Now, the Knicks had some motivation to compete when they played in Indiana on April 5th. They came out victorious in a 138-129 shootout, but today is April 9th, and they fell short in another high-scoring affair against those Pacers. Indiana won 141-136 as their scorching hot three-point shooting led them past the Knicks. The game opened up with both teams going back and forth getting easy buckets as the game's starters seemed to silently acknowledge the lack of motivation for them to risk injury and play as hard as they typically do, but that did not stop the game from getting competitive by the end of the first quarter, by which point Obi Toppin had recorded 14 points. Indiana kept things close and Toppin finished the half with just 16, while Pacers rookie Bennedict Mathurin had 19 at the break, where his team held a 2-point lead. The third quarter was a return back to the free-flowing ways of the first, as the Knicks saw their lead balloon to as big of a margin as 14 points behind another spurt, another scoring explosion from Obi Toppin, who finished the third quarter with 26 points. Even to start the fourth, it seemed that New York was ready to put this one away and close out their season with a victory, but it was right then that Buddy Hield began launching threes from far beyond the three-point arc, and he swished 5 out of 6 of his shots in the game, all of which were from three. And let me add, not just from three. These shots were from Harlem, from the Bronx, from Long Island. These were deep, deep threes, and he kept finding the bottom of the net. Jordan Nwora went 4 of 6 from three. 36-year-old veteran point guard George Hill went 5 of 6 from downtown himself. So the Knicks kept closing in and then allowing the Pacers to pull away, with the margin of victory for Indiana oscillating from 1 to as many as 8 points several times over the final minutes. Even with just seconds remaining, Obi Toppin hit a 3 from White Plains to cut the lead to 3 again, but Toppin, even with his second 30-point outing in the last 3 games, was not enough to help New York take down Indiana, and that's because of that hot shooting I referenced earlier. Indiana shot 19 from 34 from 3 as a team. That's good for 56% from beyond the arc, and that is also a testament to those that argue that April NBA regular season games have a similar feel to the July Summer League games over in Las Vegas. Now, Tom Thibodeau spoke to reporters post-game about what the process heading into the playoffs is going to be like for them. He stressed the importance of studying up on film, being as prepared as possible for every practice and for every game. RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley reflected on what they can learn from this season and apply to the playoffs and going forward. Here are your clips.
I would say this season just taught me, like how many, good players you could have on a team and like it's still like work and everybody still, be effective. And that's something that was, is great. It feels good to be just on this team where so many players play well, on any given night, and so many players can bring anything to the table. I think it makes, our team just, so deadly. So that's kind of what I take from this season, as well as just like, continuing to stick with it. It really wasn't looking the greatest at the beginning of the year, but we always say there's 82 games, and at this point, I think it's gone very well so far. So we're just gonna try to finish it up.
And going along with RJ said, just talking about his 82 games. I know for me personally, it didn't start out great. I think that first game of the season I didn't even score, and then like just trying to continue to keep getting better, like he said. Coming in every day with the mindset to try to learn and achieve, and you do that over the course of 6-7 months, you find yourself where you're at. So, and then our team enjoys being around each other, so that's how we continue to get better.
With the Knicks' regular season coming to a close and a playoff berth secured, that means there's never been a better time than now to subscribe to WFUV Sports' coverage and follow our cast of beat reporters across social platforms for all the updates you'll need on all things New York sports. I'm Kris Pursiainen, signing off from Madison Square Garden.